So welcome to Manifest Destiny. I am in Salt Lake City, Utah this week studying this topic with the National Endowment for Humanities with 30 history teachers from across the United States. And what we've been studying is Big Idea. The study of the past gives information for today to make choices for liberty and freedom. Some concept that we need to look at is the study of history, is the story of the struggle to balance freedom and liberty. Some facts we need to understand before we can start connecting them into a concept are mainly vocabulary terms. This is where history is a little bit different than like math or science, where they're, facts maybe with numbers. That you can prove. Historians use a lot of like concrete vocabulary that we build into concepts. Some key questions we've been looking at this week is: how did conflict and control guide settler and Native American relations in the Utah Territory? What contributions did Mormon pioneers make as the Utah Territory pushed for statehood? What do artifacts at the Mountain Meadows Massacre and the Bear River Massacre sites teach us about how minority groups were treated by the United States government? And kind of a crazy question that we've been asking this week is, in exercising freedom and desiring change, why did the Donner Party, Brigham Young's Mormon pioneers, and Ted Bundy all choose to pass through the same point, Immigration Canyon, here outside of Salt Lake? There are a lot of investigable questions, and in history we like to use cause and effect questions because we can search artifacts and documents in the historical record. We can use a lot of primary source materials available from the time period to interpret what these objects mean both now and at the time. So again, history is a little bit different than science or math. Historians often don't agree on things, but they like to use evidence to build a case, and that's what we like to investigate. There are also some non-investigable questions this week, and these are also based around a concept, but they don't really lead to taking any action for historical study, or we can't really study it. A lot of questions we've been asking this week are, Mormon questions, like why do LDS members believe in, let's say, polygamy? And oftentimes we get answers like, well, it just comes down to faith. It's part of our religion. Questions like that you can't really investigate, can't really argue with. So what you do then is you take that non-investigable question and you turn it into something you can investigate. So you ask, like, how does the Latter-day Saint belief in polygamy affect the United States policy toward the Utah Territory? So that's a little bit of what we've been doing this week. The end.